everyone, and welcome to our Touch Base Thursday for the 11th of January. So hello to everyone, and I just realized that I did not remind you all that I was going to be going live with you tonight. So hopefully a good handful of you remember that it's Thursday night and that Kim is live with you guys on Thursday. I had a scheduled post to go out yesterday, and it surprised me and didn't go out. And so I realized that some of you might have been wondering if I was going to be live with you, and here I am. So anyway, welcome. Hello to Cindy. Cindy's the first one on tonight, so hi Cindy, and welcome to tonight's Facebook Live, the calm before the storm here in Michigan. We are under some weather that we're going to be getting in tomorrow. So excited about the day because I just found out maybe like an hour before I went live with you all that the university that I work at has already closed for the day tomorrow, which they never do that. And then shortly after the school closed, the college closed, the high school closed, or our school district closed. So needless to say, Claire and I both have a day off tomorrow. Natalie already had the day off. She usually works on campus, but she had Friday off this week. So anyway, but Claire and I get a free day off and get to sleep in. I cannot tell you how much I'm looking forward to that, even though sleeping in for me is only till like, I don't know, 8 o'clock and I'm wide awake. But anyway, so yeah, we got notification that our university closed. So hello to those of you popping on. I see we have Cindy, Luann, Philomena, and Shelby. Hello, ladies. And so I apologize that I didn't get out a notification and a reminder that I'd be live with you all. So I'm hoping that a good handful of you remember. The post didn't go out. I had it scheduled to go out and a couple days ago, and I didn't check on it, and it didn't go out. So anyway, hopefully you guys remember that it's Thursday night and Kim's on Thursdays. But anyway, so yeah, so many things here in Michigan are closing already. We have a huge storm system coming in. Here in Mount Pleasant, we're supposed to get between 14 to 16 inches of snow is the last model that I saw. So a lot of our state is under those warnings to get lots of snow. So because of that, the university I work at has already closed. High school is already closed. So we get a free fun day tomorrow. So guess what I'll be doing? Hopefully pray that we don't lose power, but I'm hoping to get some Valentine's Day projects designed so that my Facebook Live with you all next week can be showcasing some 3D projects. So that's my goal anyway. I always do. Valentine's Day is one of my most favorite times of the year to create, and I think it's because I love the hearts and I love the pink that goes with it all. So I'm hoping that I have time this weekend to create my 3D projects. I've got a good handful of them already kind of planned out. Just need time to sit down and make them. So anyway, but yes, yay for our snow day. So all of my Michigan friends that watch me or any other neighboring state that is in the line of the storm, please be safe. Please take care of yourself. Make sure you stay indoors and don't go driving like a mad person across the county, because I know that's what we're going to be doing, is staying inside and just enjoying a day of just not having to do too much. So that's the big news, the big announcements that I have is that the storm we have coming. I'll try to post pictures of it if we get a lot of snow so you guys can see it. And then we are getting ready for Natalie's departure for her Disney college program internship. So she leaves next Sunday, the 21st. Thank God it's not this Sunday with this storm coming in. But she'll be flying out by herself on the 21st. And we got her staying in a hotel. We're able, the hardest part was trying to find a hotel that someone can register for or check in for under the age of 21. That was hard, but I told her that I really just didn't have it in the budget to go out there with her. Instead, I will be going out to see her for a long weekend in hopefully in February, and then again in April if I can swing both trips with my work schedule and things like that. So so excited to have her doing this and doing this trip. So she got her itinerary just yesterday. Now, I can't give details because we're not allowed to give details, but I can tell you that she will be in the entertainment area at Magic Kingdom, which is the most magical place on earth, in my opinion. Magic Kingdom is the park where the prince, the castle is, and it's the most magical park of all of them. And that is where she'll be working. So she was so excited that she'll be a character performer in Magic Kingdom. We just don't know. Well, she might have a little bit of an inclination as to what she'll be starting with. But I'm not allowed to say anything. We have to be really careful with social media, and the whole losing the magic with, they don't, it's a magical place. They want to keep it that way. So, but we're hoping to see her, perform when we're down there. I can tell you that all of the character performers usually start in what they call a fur costume. So it's one of the costumes where you can't tell who it is. And, that way they have time to learn other roles as well. But with the fur costume on, they don't have to do their hair, their makeup. They don't have to do that kind of stuff. And she believes that she starts where they think they're going to start her. She's in a cute one, okay? So I'll just leave it at that. But we are so excited for her to take on this journey. I know I'm going to miss her like crazy, but this is going to be a good opportunity for my introverted child to get out there and do this kind of stuff. The neat thing is, though, is she's also already connected with a girl. Her name is Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie lives in, I think it's West Virginia or Virginia. And they met on a Facebook group. So isn't it neat, the world of technology? They met on a Facebook group for the college Disney program. And they were all looking for different roommates and, hey, when are you leaving? When are you coming? That kind of thing. And the two of them connected and been doing a few FaceTimes and learned that they have a lot in common. They're both not big party animals. They both like to prepare their own food. And so they're going to work together on their meals. And they've been talking a lot. So she's looking forward to meeting Anne-Marie. And Anne-Marie's parents are then going to pick her up from the hotel the next morning. So she flies in the day before her check-in. And we've got it all arranged. Direct flight. She's flown with us before, so she'll be fine. Direct flight from Detroit to Orlando. We got transportation then for her from Orlando Airport to the hotel. And then that next morning, Anne-Marie's family, who is driving her down, will be able to pick her up and all of that fun stuff. So yes, very exciting news for Natalie. So she will be gone the 21st of January. Well, she flies out and she comes back May 16th. So about 4 months. But so excited. And then she's actually going to be getting 3 college credits for this. She's doing it as an internship. And so her internship coordinator will actually be going out to Disney to see her and a few others from CMU that are doing the program. And she's got to write a paper about it, just a few other things. So she's really excited. I'm really excited for her. And then she's also doing about 2 other classes this first 8 weeks online. And then she'll do another class online the second 8 weeks. So she'll still be taking about 9 credits, which is 3 classes in addition to her internship. So it will set her back just a little bit with her graduation date and things like that. And she's also looking at maybe changing her major a little bit. And so different things that she's got kind of contemplating doing that she might be changing around a little bit. But all in all, very excited for her for that. So those are my announcements, you guys. I know. So if I'm a little sad next Thursday, it'll be like 2 days before she leaves me. But I know this is a good experience for her. She's going to come back so changed and so she's going to grow so much. So I do know this is going to be so good for her. So hello to Karen and Peggy and Beth. Hello, welcome. Oh, and Everett Schools is closed too. All right. I think every single thing in the area is going to be shutting down. I think we're in for a pretty good storm if all the predictions. But we were told we were going to get a really bad storm last year at Christmas time and didn't. But this one I think looks a little bit more promising that we're probably going to be getting it. Okay, so you guys know the routine. If you share my video, you get into the drawing for prizes. And last week, I announced that my prizes were the Baker's Twine combo pack. This is new in our January through April mini catalog. And then I have a bolt of the Moody Mauve ribbon. So those were our 2 prizes. And we have 2 winners. So the winner of the Moody Mauve ribbon is Shireen Gross. So congratulations to Shireen. I'm not sure if Shireen is on right now, but Shireen is the winner of the ribbon. And then the winner of the Baker's Twine, and I know this person is on, the winner of the Baker's Twine is Philomena Soso. So congratulations to Philomena and to Shireen. Okay, up for grabs this week, we have some Faceted Gems Trio Pack. Now, I know these were in the holiday catalog, but I had a pack extra, so I'm giving them away to a lucky winner next week. And then we have a bolt of the Copper Clay Ribbon. Okay, so those are our 2 prizes that we will draw for next week. And yes, congratulations, ladies. Look at all those congratulations coming in. All right, a few other things before we get started. I didn't even tell you guys what I'm showcasing for you tonight. So I actually did a little sneak peek of this product suite when I did my customer appreciation event, but I didn't go into depth of it. So I'm going to be showcasing the Adoring Hearts because my Facebook post didn't go out this week like I had planned. But oh, yes, Philomena, I did see your birthday. Was it today or yesterday? I did see that your birthday was there. So happy birthday if it's today, or belated if I missed it a day. But I'm going to be sharing the Adoring Hearts bundle and the embossing folder and the dies. So you're going to get some Valentine's Day cards today. This is also a class that I am going to be showcasing, and you can purchase right now. Registration is open for this class. Like I said, next week I'm hoping to be able to showcase for you guys some 3D projects using, I might even be using the same bundle. So you might get this one 2 weeks in a row. What I love about this bundle is you can buy the bundle and then pick the paper as your free celebration item. So it's a neat way to be able to kind of coordinate all those products together. Stampin' Up! Did that very well this year with our celebration offerings. There are 5 different packs of designer series paper, and they all coordinate with a bundle in our mini catalog, which I think is so awesome. Because why would you not buy the bundle, get the paper for free? Only problem is you only get 1 pack of paper. So if you wanted more packs of paper, you'd have to put in additional orders. But exciting that they did that. So this paper is a celebration offering that you're going to be seeing me use tonight. And then the other class that I currently have open is my inspirational sketches, which is the birds. It's a really pretty bird class. So that is currently open. And this coming Wednesday is my online fun party, my online bingo. So if any of you still want in on that, I would have to get kits out tomorrow at the latest, and I would drop them off before the snow hits so that they get out, so you have them in plenty of time for next Wednesday. And next Wednesday, you guys will have the joy of Natalie helping me with that Facebook event for my online fun party. So a lot of you who are my regulars will be able to see her, and I'll make sure she tells you all goodbye before she leaves. Most of you know that Jen, who helps me a lot, will not be able to help me this next week. She actually tore her meniscus in her knee and had surgery today. So it wasn't a bad tear, and they were able to repair it pretty easily. And she texted me and said that she was sitting at home sitting on the couch working on kit preparations and things for her class. And I'm like, will you please just take a break? But she's like, I can't sit still. I am sitting here doing nothing, but I can't sit still. But she won't be able to get into my basement. So Natalie's like, I'll help you, Mom, with that event. So we have Natalie helping with that. So if you want in on that online fun party event, definitely let me know, because I do need to get any kits out for that tomorrow. If you already registered, your kit has gone out. We got them out earlier this week. You may have even received it today, or you may receive it tomorrow if you haven't got it yet. Okay, I have a couple of events that you can register for. I have a couple of retreats out there that you can get as a retreat in a box, where you get your goodie bag and your make and take sent to you, little gifts that I'm making for you. There's one on February 3rd in person at the St. Henry Center. You can also get that one as a kit to go. And then my annual Cystic Fibrosis event, which is a fundraiser for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, that one is open as well, and that one is the first weekend in March 1st and 2nd. So those are open as well for all of you to be able to register for. They've been emailed out a couple times. I haven't posted them yet on my Facebook page, but I will. But make sure you join my mailing list. I have been very diligent since the new year in getting all of my emails out in a timely manner. Even though I thought I'd been scheduling my Facebook posts, but those haven't been going out, as unfortunately I was doing them wrong. But anyway, make sure you do sign up for those events, okay? They're going to be fun events to get together for fellowship and have fun, and you can create and do anything that you want to do. You can do cards, you can do scrapbooking, you can do crocheting, you can do sewing. It's just a fun event to come and attend and get out of the house for some fun. Okay. So with that, are you guys, I think that's everything I have in the way of, the join promotion. need to make sure you guys knew about that amazing glass mat. I showed it at my customer appreciation event in December. You can join Stampin' Up! Right now and get a free glass mat for designing with, the Glass Mat Studio. Free. It's a $60 value for free. And then you also get to pick $125 of product and pay just $99. If you decide you want to forfeit the glass mat, you get an additional $30 in free product. So great time to take advantage of the starter kit. And that's the only way you can get that glass mat. It will not be available for purchase. So if you are interested in the glass mat, I definitely encourage you to take advantage of the kit promotion. It is a risk-free promotion. Like seriously, there is no obligation for you to do anything additional. Just purchase the kit, get your glass mat, and keep creating. Okay? All right. So with that, I love my glass mat too, Carol. I really do. So as a demonstrator, we were able to purchase it in advance. So that's how I got mine. So anyway, definitely please consider that if you're interested in that and you're not a current active Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. It's a great way for you to get a really awesome product that is not going to be available for sale. All right, so with that, let me transition my camera down to my card and stamp area for you to see what we're going to be showcasing tonight. Like I said, some of you may have seen these sneak peeks before, but I really wanted to kind of share this bundle with you in more detail because it is a fun one and an easy way to get bunches of hearts that you can create with. Lori, I will message you on that because you can't right now, but you will eventually. So I'll email you details on that question. All right. So with that, let me transition down to my area here and let me show you these awesome products. Okay. Here we go. I was a little worried before I went live with you all because what I used for my stand wouldn't stay tightened, and I kept having to play with it. And Claire to the rescue, because she came down to quickly help me. So anyway, we got it, but I was a little nervous. Okay. So these are the cards that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. Like I said, I don't have any 3D projects, but mainly it's because, let me move this up, you guys. I have it way down too far. I didn't realize it was on that part. Okay, there we go. I'm better now. All right. You guys don't want to be looking at my belly. All right. So anyway, these are the projects we're going to be sharing with you. No 3D projects right now because I'm going to be sharing them all with you next week. I've got some really awesome ones lined up to share with you. So this is the bundle that is in the January through April mini catalog. Okay. So this is the bundle right here that I'm going to be showcasing. And it is the Adoring Hearts stamp set, and then the coordinating embossing, hybrid embossing folder. Now the folder, you also get the coordinating dies to go with it. It's $39. And I didn't grab the die. Oh no, I may have to run and grab the die because I want you guys to see that, or I can just show you the die on the next page because you'll get the gist of how this works. So basically, you have a great big die. When you emboss this, let me bring this up closer so you guys can see. When you emboss this, you put a piece of cardstock through the embossing machine, and it will emboss all of those hearts, okay? All 9 of those hearts at one time. And then there's a great big die that coordinates right on top of this that will cut out all of those. So let me show you it here on the next page. So this is what the die looks like on the next page. You can see they're all connected and they line up perfectly with that for you to be able to cut them out. How awesomely cool is that, right? And if you wanted to, then after you've cut them out, you can stamp on them. Now, I did not stamp on mine. I left mine all embossed. So you could also just cut them out separately and not have them be embossed and then just do some stamping on them if you really wanted to as well. So you can see on my cards here though, I chose to just use them all as they were embossed, okay? Now you might be wondering, how did they get these embossed images to color? I will show you that next week on my Facebook Live. So basically what you do is you ink up the embossing folder and before you run the white cardstock through, and because you ink this up, the color will go on top of where it is, has the embossed stuff. So I will show you guys that neat little technique tomorrow, or next week I mean, and show you how they did these hearts right here, okay? Can't give you guys all of the surprises right away, right? All right, now you're also going to see down here, they also have these Thoughtful Moments hybrid embossing folder, and then the brayer. So the brayer is exactly what they used to ink up this embossing folder to do those hearts. So again, I'll be showcasing that for you guys next week. And then you can also do the same thing with this one here. Now, I don't think I bought this one yet. I was really focusing in on this one, and I don't think I bought this one yet. So I won't be able to showcase that. Again, you know, that whole budget thing, right? You're putting yourself on a budget. But you can see there's lots of cool things that you can do to get to that, the same kind of concept that you're going to be seeing me do with the other one. You can do with the one that has all of the words on it. Okay. Now, this bundle is called the Adoring Hearts. And again, if you were to purchase the bundle is the stamp set and then the dies and the embossing folder. It's $53. A $50 order does indeed qualify you for a free celebration item. So what you could do for celebration is you could then pick this amazing paper right here. You're going to see me showcase here in just a couple minutes. This is called the Most Adored Designer Series paper. And you can see here how they used it. You can see here how they used that for exactly using it for that paper. Okay, so let me show you this paper here. We have, on one side, you have these beautiful hearts and the plaid. I have grown to really love plaid lately. I absolutely adore plaid. And more hearts here. And this one. So this side has all of your Valentine's Day colors. So this is Flirty Flamingo and Real Red. Okay. And then on the other side, you have the gold with basic white. So in these ones, what I like about this paper is you could use this paper right here for cards that are not themed for Valentine's Day, and you can use this paper in two different ways. So you don't need to use this side for Valentine's Day. You do have a piece right here that's got some hearts on it that you could cut and use the different mats for it. But again, paper that you don't necessarily have to do for the Valentine's Day theme. Kind of cool, right? Okay, so what you're going to see me doing for my cards here tonight, other products that I used is I actually just used some regular rhinestones and some baker's twine on my cards for tonight. And then what I wanted to mention to you is all of these cards. So when I created these cards, I purposefully, and I'm going to move my bundle out of the way for a minute, I purposely designed these that we could do all of these cards with one embossing and one die cut of all of those. I did one with the Flirty Flamingo, and then I ran one through with the Real Red, and it was enough to do all of these cards, 2 of each of them. So I made it really easy for Jen when she had to cut this class. So here you're going to see in this baggie that I'm pulling out all of the hearts. There should be maybe, I think, 9 of each color in here, because that's kind of what you get when you do this. You get 9 of each color, and then you can mix and match them however you would like. But what a great way to get a bunch of hearts cut out if you're going to do Valentine's Day projects for a kid's class or something like that. You get lots of them with just one big sweep of the running it through your machine. Okay, so who's ready to see some of these cards be put together? So because this is free paper, I used it pretty freely. Haha, isn't that a good pun? But no, seriously, I really, really did. You're going to see here that I used it for the back part of this card, and I also used it for the part right here. So this is all designer series paper from that paper pack. And I used the Real Red for this. So literally I only used 3 colors of cardstock. I used the Real Red, I used the Flirty Flamingo, and then I used the basic white. So those are what I used for this. So we're just going to fold this in half for the card base. And then I have a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of this designer series paper. Now, normally I would mat that with cardstock, right? I wouldn't normally use paper, all this much paper, but it's a free pack of paper and I've got lots of it. So why not use it freely, right? And show you guys how to really use this paper. Because again, you can get it during celebration only through end of February. So don't delay. If you like the celebration items, get them while you can, because they're not going to always be there, okay? Then I have a 4x3 piece of the Hearts designer paper, and I put that on a 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 piece of basic white. So this I'm just going to adhere together. Isn't that plaid pretty? And hello to Karen. I see Karen just popped on there. All right, and then what I did is I wrapped some of that baker's twine around there. Thank you, Carol. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of adhesive up there, bring in my, sorry, not baker's twine, linen thread. I said the wrong thing. I always call this baker's twine, but it's linen thread. And all I did is I put some on there, and I'm gonna wrap it around here twice. Each time that I hit the back, I'm gonna go back through. Hello, Jeanette. I'm gonna go back through and make sure it sticks really good there. And then bring in my snips. We're just going to cut that off right there. And then we're going to put some dimensionals in the 4 corners of this to stick it down to my card. So we're just going to put them on the 4 corners here, like this. And then that's going to go down on the base of this card. Again, this paper is celebration paper, so you can only get it through the end of February. And we're just going to adhere this down, right down to the center, so you can still see a good chunk of that plaid paper behind there, right? Okay, so then what I did is, in advance, I have a 3/4 inch strip of basic white cardstock, and you can see here, I stamped just for you on here. So I didn't want to make all of my cards too lovey-dovey, because, you know, you might want to just give them to a friend, or you might want to give them to somebody, and not, you know, always somebody that, that you know, love, so to speak. But all I did is I stamped on the very far right side of this, the just for you. So I have room to put the heart on there. And this I am just going to add some adhesive and stick down to my card right about here. There we go. And then I used one of the Flirty Flamingo hearts. And I'm not going to worry about having the same pattern. I'm just going to pick one. Although look at that, I got the same pattern. All right, so I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals on there and have that be raised up. Now, any of you that are local to the Mount Pleasant area, I know that I've mentioned this a couple times, but my local classes are this coming Monday, weather permitting. I'm hoping the storm has gone through by then. And this is one of the options that you can make that night. Okay, final thing we're going to do is we're going to add a double bow onto that. So to do that, I'm bringing back in my linen thread. And I'm just going to cut a piece of this, about yay big. And we're going to make sure that so I just kind of doubled it over, and I'm just going to kind of make it nice and flat. You can see here I'm kind of pulling it to make it flat because it gets all curled from being around that dang thing. And I'm just going to make a knot or make a bow here. There we go. You can play with it however you want to get it the size you want it to be. And then I'm just going to cut off my ends to make them about the same size. Then we're just going to glue that on there. And this will eventually, you can see it's kind of laying any which way. I kind of like it how it does that. It just kind of flies where it wants to go. It's got its own little way it wants to be. So I'm just putting a glue down on that. We're going to stick this down here like that. And then I topped it off with one of those rhinestones. So, yeah, where did I put? Oh, here they are. And I don't have my take your pick tool, so we're just going to use the scissors for right now. There we go. Just going to lay that on there like that. And there you go. There is our first card. Isn't that awesome? So cute. Cute, simple card. And you can use any of that designer series paper. So you could do more than just using the plaid. And you could do more than just this. If you really wanted to, you could make some of this gold. You can mix and match that any way that you wanted to. Right? Isn't that simple? That is just awesome. So yeah, Bonnie, if you came on a little bit late, there's a great big die. Oh my goodness, you guys, I do have it. Woohoo! Okay, I'm going to take a detour because I didn't think I had this out for you guys. So there is a great big die. So you have the little dies here, but you have this great big die. So what you do is after you emboss all those hearts, You then line it up with this great big die and it will cut them all out. See how it lines right up? Isn't that cool? So it's better to emboss first and then you're going to cut, okay? So awesome. And that is the main one that I used out of this entire bundle. But you can see here that it will also do all these other ones for you too. It'll do the little detailed ones. It'll do a little banner, the little ones, some of the little greenery. So it gives you the option to do a lot of stuff. I'm sorry about that, you guys. I thought I forgot to grab the dies out. So yeah, it's kind of hidden in the catalog if you ask me, because I didn't order it with my first order. And then I'm like, what? Oh, we don't have anything heartsy for Valentine's Day. And then I found it and went, oh, yeah, we do. All right. So my next card that I'm going to share with you is this one right here. And so for this one here, you can see I just used some pieces of paper, matted them together. These I think are like 2x3s, and added some hearts to it. I did emboss. You can see here I did emboss the basic white with that embossing folder, so you get a little bit of the effect of the embossing folder behind there as well. So for this card, again, I chose to use the real red for my card base. So I like the hearts anytime too. Hearts are just a good card for anything, right? Good time for anything. Okay, so there is that. And then you have a piece of this that's 5 1/4 by 4, and then a piece of the basic white. You can see here I embossed that with that. Karen, actually the bundle that I'm talking about is on page 18 of the January through April mini catalog. So that's where this bundle is at. All right, so I'm just going to adhere these two together. And then I'm going to adhere this down to my card. So if you guys hear Claire coughing, her allergies are once again in full swing, and she gets this horrible, horrible cough, but 'tis the season, right? And so then she has to start taking some medicines and things like that. And then I just found out a couple days ago that my poor little granddaughter has RSV, and they had her in the ER actually a couple nights ago. So I'm hoping, there's so many sicknesses going around right now, but I guess she's on the mend. They gave her some good medications and breathing treatments and things like that. So hopefully you all have been staying remotely healthy. All right, so for this one, I have the 2x3, and it's on a 2 1/4 by 3 1/4 piece. And it's the same piece of designer series paper. One side I used these beautiful little pink hearts, and then the other side I used the gold. So when you assemble this, you don't want to put adhesive on the same one because then, you know, you have an issue. Okay, so for this one then, I literally just adhered these down like this, just to have a little bit of a background behind it. Nothing too fancy. Thank you, Philomena. So we're going to adhere this one down like this. And then again, I did not use dimensionals on this. I just used adhesive on this one like that. And then I have Just For You, and that I did on a strip as well. Now I could have done that on the banner. I probably didn't even pay attention that there was a banner in there for that. But that I have here on a little strip of paper, and I'm just trimming it up a little bit. Mine's a little bit wider than what I had on the card, but that's okay. We're going to pick 2 of these awesome little hearts. This time I'm using the red. So again, I ran it, did the whole embossing and running it through the machine, once with the real red cardstock and then once with the Flirty Flamingo. So I'm just going to add, this time I'm just going to add 1 of each of them, 1 each dimensional. And I'm just going to add that there. This is going to go here like that. And then my Just For You is going to stick right in there. So I'm going to add a couple dimensionals to this one. Oops, I need to get that back on the piece. There we go. I had it too far over the edge. All right, and then this is just going to get put in here like this. Just For You. And then the final thing I did was I added a bow. So I added a bow with the linen thread onto one of the hearts, and then I added a rhinestone gem to the other one. So, and you could use any embellishments that you would want for these. So I'm just going to add a little bow. This is a single bow, so I did not double this one over. and I'm gonna bring in a glue dot here, not a dimensional. And oh, it's sticking to my fingernail. My freshly done fingernails, you guys, I just got them done the other day. And I walked in there and said, I don't know what I want this time. He goes, well, what are you feeling? Are you feeling whimsical? Are you feeling, and I said, I'm feeling kind of wintry, because we had a winter storm that came through on Tuesday when I got them done as well. He goes, cool, we're going to give you winter nails. So he went with the frozen theme. That's kind of what he went with. And I'm like, okay, you must pay attention to it. He doesn't have any kids, him and his wife, but he decided to do the Disney Frozen theme. And I thought he did pretty dang good. Okay, so then the last thing we're going to do is add on some of these rhinestones. And I really am missing my take your pick tool, but it's okay. I'll give it a shot here if I can with my scissors. I haven't used my scissors in a while, that I've kind of lost my, I don't normally get blue on my nails either. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. My sister's the blue person. I'm not a blue person, but I like it. I think I like it because it's glittered. Nice and glittery. Okay, so there you have that card with that designer series paper, just kind of patterning it up in the back and adding some beautiful those hearts to it. Okay, so that is card number 2. My next card that I created is this one right here. And so for this card, I use Flirty Flamingo for the card base on this one. And again, I'm using some of that awesome designer series paper. You can see on this one, I added a layer of 5 1/4 by 4 basic white. And then I added a piece of 4 by 3 designer series paper with the hearts. But instead of usually putting it in the middle, I put it off to the side. What do you guys think of that? Kind of cool, right? So we're just going to adhere, and this is the neat thing. If you don't want to use the hearts, you could always use the opposite side and have it be more of the gold. Okay, so we're going to actually adhere this down to the card base because we do not have to put any of the linen thread around this one. So that's going to get adhered. Then I have a piece of designer series paper. This is that beautiful red plaid one. And you can see here, I'm just layering it together on top of a piece of a real red that's 1/4 inch bigger than this one. And this size, I don't even remember what it is. But one thing I wanted to mention that I had not been promoting much is I do sell my tutorials on my website, and I haven't been even posting the new ones because I haven't been promoting them. So I will be promoting my tutorials available for purchase. They're, I think, $15. My website has always been a work in progress, and it's one of those things I just don't always take the time to update. And it's on my radar to start doing that here after the first of the year. So, but I do type up tutorials for all of my classes that include the measurements. So if there's ever any time that you're interested in that, let me know. Even if it's not posted on my website, I do sell them. I don't sell enough of them that it becomes too hard to manage. So I can easily email it to you and you can PayPal me or something like that. So there are options if it's not out there to get it to you faster than me putting it out there and having you guys. Usually if I put it out there and you guys check out, it'll give you an option to download it right away. So that's kind of how that works. So I'm just going to add a little piece. Let me cut this off first. I added a little knot to this. Not sure I'm digging it, but we're going to go with it. I did a knot instead of a bow. Usually I always do bows, but I decided to try the little knot. After I had it on here, I did add a glue dot to hold it in place. Now you don't have to do that, but I did. I don't know why, but I added a glue dot to hold it in place, but it'll stay in place pretty good just the way it is. Then I used the radiating stitches dies, which are back in stock. So if you liked the radiating stitches dies, they are back in stock. I wanted a circle that said using the I adore you. So you can see again, that's here in the stamp set, the I adore you. And I wanted to use that and have a circle that had a little bit more design to it. Courtney, I am too. Those kits went out early. So, and any of you that are watching that are part of my online fun party bingo event next Wednesday night, your kits went out early. I got them out early because Jen is, who usually helps me get all my mailings out. We did them Monday night because we knew we might have bad weather on Wednesday, but also because she had surgery today and wanted Wednesday to be a day that she could get some of her things done at home before she had her surgery. So she had to have knee surgery to have her torn meniscus fixed. That's been giving her grief since June when she was exercising and heard something go pop. And anyway, the poor lady's been waiting a very long time for her surgery. And so that happened today. So she will not be able to get in my basement for a couple weeks. So she's taken a bunch of stuff home with her to work on. And I told her she didn't have to, that I would be fine. It would all get done. But nope. She had to do, I can't sit still. I got to work on stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness, lady, you can sit still for a little while. But she did text me. Her surgery was this morning. I got a text about 4 o'clock that she was home doing fine and putting card kits together while she was sitting on the couch with her knee on ice and whatever. And I'm like, oh my goodness, Jen, I tried, you guys. I tried to keep her down, but she's like, I'm doing fine. I just can't sit still. And I'm like, I can kind of relate to that. Thank you, Courtney. I will tell her. So yeah, so we have Natalie helping us next week with online bingo before she leaves, so that she'll be able to tell all of you goodbye before she leaves for 4 months on her Disney adventure. All right, so that is card number 3. Okay, the next card I'm going to share with you is probably my favorite. Because again, you get so many hearts that cuts out. Look at this. What a great way to use this, the hearts. So I actually would probably give my husband as his Valentine's Day card because it's got lots of love, but you could do all 4 of the hearts in one color. I could have done 2 of them here the same color, 2 of them there the same color. You can mix and match those hearts in any way that you would like to. So this card, I used my Real Red for the card base. Okay, I used a layer of 5 1/4 by 4 basic white, and yep, you guessed it, I embossed it with those amazing embossing folder, because again, why not? So we're just going to adhere this down to my card base. And then I have these squares that I cut out that are, I believe they're 1 1/2 by 1 1/2 inches. And I have 4 of them. Okay, so here's 4 of these. And then the hearts are going to go on top of them. And then I have a piece of the Flirty Flamingo cardstock. And then these are just going to get put on here kind of centered. So we're going to do that first. We're going to adhere these hearts onto this, leaving a little bit of a border edge all the way around. So you can see I'm kind of starting by lining it up on this side, and then it should meet up in the middle and have about the same amount on the middle. And me being a lefty, I do this probably different than some of you might. Again, just kind of lining this up like that. And then the final one right here. So ta-da! Okay, and then this is going to get adhered down to my card up here like that. And then what I did is I did use dimensionals to put all of those hearts on those 4 squares. So this will go up here like that. Let me grab 2 red and 2 of the Flirty Flamingo, and I don't think I matched any of these because I didn't want it to be too, matchy-matchy, and I wanted it just to be kind of your own free will of what you wanted to do. We're going to put 1 dimensional on the back of each of these hearts. You can see I did add a bow to some of them. So I'm just going to add a heart here, and then the heart here, the 2 red ones. And then on the other 2, I'm going to add Flirty Flamingo. So talking about our storm we're supposed to be having, we had a really bad snow on Tuesday into Wednesday. I was supposed to do my team meeting. I do a team meeting every second Tuesday of the month, and decided, nope, we're going to keep them everybody home and safe. So I postponed that to next Tuesday. So prayers that we can have it. And then on top of that, I was supposed to do a class over in the Thumb this weekend. So I live in the central Michigan area. So, we all do the whole little showing off where we live by our hand, right? So like I live right in this area of Michigan, but I grew up over in the tip of the thumb, over in a little town called Port Hope. And the county hub for the Huron County is a town called Bad Axe. And so I've been going there. Usually I go there in the fall and through from the fall time through spring, and I do classes over there for people that I've met through this, or people that I still know from when I used to live over there. I haven't lived over there since I met my husband and moved here back in 1999, but my mom still lives over there, and all of our family ties and connections are over there. But I felt bad I had to cancel that on them because I will not be, we're supposed to get upwards of 15 inches of snow, with I guess it getting quite bad around like in the middle of early afternoon tomorrow. And usually I leave to drive over there at about 7 o'clock in the morning. It takes me 2 hours. But they actually canceled on me before I could cancel on them. They're like, we don't want you driving that far. And it was going to be Natalie and I going, because she was going to hopefully see my mom one more time before she leaves. So she saw my mom at Christmas time, but my mom will come there. So to where I do my class in Bad Axe is about 25 minutes from where my mom lives. And so, so Natalie's a little bummed that she won't be able to see Grandma before she leaves, but being safe is so much better than anything else. But what's crazy is we've had no snow like the entire year, and then this week we get completely dumped on. So I think this morning this morning's travel drive into work was probably one of the worst for me. But it's crazy the amount of, yes it is, Carol, I forget that you have those connections too. But it's kind of crazy how we got snow on Tuesday, snow on Thursday, and then this big one coming in now, and it's just like all at once. I think Mother Nature decided to say, forget it, you are definitely going to not get rid of me this year. And here we are getting dumped on. So anyway, I am looking forward to, if you've joined me a little bit late, I was mentioning at the beginning of my Facebook Live that CMU is already closed for tomorrow, which shocks me. They closed, so CMU is the university I work at, and they closed like around 5:30. I saw it posted on Facebook, and then shortly after that, we got our message that they closed. And then about 20 minutes after that, I got the message from the Mount Pleasant Public Schools, where my daughter goes, that they closed. So we get a free day tomorrow. So I'm kind of looking forward, like I said, to getting some things done and designing and all that great stuff. So anyway, I didn't talk much about this card, but you guys saw how easy it was to assemble. I added a piece down here at the bottom. This is a 1 inch of real red cardstock, and I cut it to the size of the To My Valentine. You can see I added the little bow and then the rhinestones, but you could add rhinestones to all of them if you really wanted to. But how quick and simple and easy is that card, right? It's just literally squares, cutting a bunch of squares. And I know, Carol, universities never close. I could not believe it that they closed before the school did, and even without even knowing if we were going to get bad weather. And the neat thing is our director in the financial aid office, put an email out that said, we want you guys to be safe. We want you guys to be diligent. If you don't want to come in, we understand. And I was like, oh my gosh, is it going to get that bad? And then they canceled, and I was like, oh, wow. Okay, so this card is not hearts. What do you guys think of this card? So this is the big thing we like to talk about and laugh about. I call it the Kim Classic anymore. This is a classic layout that I use all the time, but I will tell you each card that I make with it looks different, has a different look and feel to it. And this card I used, so this I wanted to kind of showcase more of the stamp set. And you can see here that I've showcased and used this stamp right here. Okay, and because I knew I wanted to color using some of the Granny Apple Green blends, I tied in this piece of green so that it would all be that whole color coordination component. Again, that's kind of how I am. Now, the one thing I did not use that I think I should mention to you guys is, so you can see here, I cut a lot of strips, and I do that because it makes card prep easy for my kits and my classes and things like that. But I did not realize till after all my cards were already designed that this little greeting right here, the Just For You, coordinates with that little banner that is in those dies. So if you remember the dies, I'm going to bring them back in for a minute, because again, I want you guys to see how that coordinates. And I didn't even, again, sometimes I overlook things, but you can see right here this die. So it kind of coordinates with that. So you could use, I could have used that die if I wanted to on some of these cards. Again, didn't know that till after the fact. So just kind of wanted to mention it to you. There's some more coordination there that I did not incorporate into what I'm sharing with you all tonight. So for this card, I used the basic white for the card base. And then I used the Flirty Flamingo, which is 5 1/4 by 4. And then I have some of the designer series paper. So this is the marbled one. And then I actually just used one of the, this is the Real Red, and I embossed it. And I'm using that as the second piece of designer series paper. So let's adhere those down to the card. So I'm just going to put this down here like that. And then the Real Red one's going to go up here like this. Make sure that you have your hearts so they aren't upside down. Yeah, ask me how I know that. And then you're going to have your little piece of the Granny Apple Green that's going to go right across the center. And this is just a 3/4 inch strip. Okay, so 3/4 inch strip. Oh, I better get that glued down better. Didn't realize that I didn't put adhesive on that part because, you know, I'm just kind of in a hurry here. There we go. All right, so then this Granny Apple Green is going to go right across the middle of that. And then we're good to go ahead and adhere this piece down to our card. Now, if you're looking at those rectangular shaped pieces and going, what did she use? I used the deckled rectangles for these. So again, layering 2 of them together works out really, really nice. And I did some coloring on this right here. So let's do some coloring on this before I do anything else. I used Flirty Flamingo, and you guessed it, Real Red. So on this great big one, I am using the light Flirty Flamingo first, and I'm going to color the entire flower with the light Flirty Flamingo. Okay, and then we're going to go back on top of this with the dark Flirty Flamingo. So here we go. I also colored the little one down here with the light one. And then we're going to go back in with the dark, and you can see here that what I did is I just kind of went on top of some of these little littler pieces to kind of highlight the card or the flower here. And this piece. And a couple of these little ones down here. And this one down here. But again, I could have mixed and matched and done more or done less if I wanted to. But look how that just kind of pops that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, same kind of concept with the red. I'm going to start with the light red. Oh, I know one thing I had to tell you guys that didn't happen this week. So Claire busted her little hiney over Christmas break to get all of her driving hours in so that she could take her test to start driving. I know, right? So she actually drove, her and my husband, Matt, drove my mom back to the Thumb. Claire drove the entire way there, and then she drove the entire way back, so 2.5 hours there, 2.5 hours back. And then my husband took her out almost an hour every single day because she was bound and determined, I'm going to start driving. Because I told her that we had to get her hours in to get her license because I won't be able to continue to always leave work to get her from school to dance because it's right at 3 o'clock and or 3:20, whatever. So she's like, well, I got to get my hours in. I'm like, yeah, work with Dad, because I made my husband do that, right? So anyway, so she had her test scheduled for Tuesday, and they call her in the morning and say, yeah, we're going to need to reschedule you with the bad weather. We don't want you to do the driving test. And so can we do it tomorrow at noon? So now we're supposed to do it at noon on Wednesday. So they call her Wednesday and say, yeah, no, we're not going to. And Wednesday we had no school. We did have school Tuesday in Mount Pleasant, but we did not have school on Wednesday. So they tell her, let's just stick away from this entire week. Let's get it on the book for next week. So Claire's due to take her driving test next Wednesday, I think, at like 1:15. So fingers and toes crossed that we have no more snow because, oh my goodness, this child's chomping at the bit to want to, you know, the stress of, oh, I got my driving test. Oh, it's canceled. Oh, I got my driving test. Oh, it's canceled. So anyway, I feel bad for her, but I would also told her, they don't want you driving if it's bad weather, Claire. I feel much better about it. But so crazy that, that it's just, you know, that she couldn't get it in. Oh my goodness, Cindy, I didn't know that. So I'm originally, like I said, from a little town, the little town of Port Hope. But then I also lived in Harbor Beach for a couple years before I moved to the Mount Pleasant area. I met my husband on a job over there. He was an electrician that traveled all over the place for his work and the company he was with at the time. And so I met him on a job. And then I moved over this way because this is where he was from. And here I am. So yeah, small world. Small world. Courtney, you know what? I bet you I did not yet because I probably totally forgot to. So I will do that. I will make sure that I get that posted and have somebody pick a winner. I'm sure it's on my long list of things to do. And I'm hoping to work on some of that to-do list tonight. So I got to tell you guys, the struggle has been real, but I finally got it fixed. So those of you that may have been following me and watching me for a while now, my new job, I've been struggling with the lighting in my new office. It is very, very eye straining. So when I get home from work, I have been struggling getting on the computer and doing some of what I call my Stampin' Up stuff that I do on the computer, like scheduling posts and things like that. And so, put you guys on a spinner wheel. Hey, I kind of like that idea even better. I just might do that. That might be what you guys get this week, and then I'll post the spinner wheel, or get this time. I love that idea. I should do that more often. So anyway, though, I really like that idea, Courtney. Long story short, though, I've been struggling with the lighting. It has been very bright. The light has been right underneath my desk, and I have been having some serious eye strain. I come home and it was taking all I had to keep my eyes open and keep my eyes awake because there was bright fluorescent lights right underneath me. But I didn't want to turn them off because the lighting is kind of like lights the main hallway, and I didn't want it to affect other people. Well, I got it fixed, you guys. This is my first week that I've gotten it fixed. So what we did is I had the electricians come and they removed both ballasts and the lights above me. And again, my old office for the win. They let me take the floor lamps that we had in my old office, which is right down the hall. I moved from the same building. I moved from 215 office number to 201. So from one end to the other. But the person that is in my office, the secretary that worked with me, she moved into my space and does not use the floor lamps. So they let me take them. And so I have the same lighting that I've been used to for 20 some years. So I'm beyond stoked. So my lighting issue has been fixed, and I've actually been able to get caught up on things and work a little bit on the computer. Once I get home, I don't feel like just closing my eyes and going to sleep. So yay, if you've been following that story, I'm finally fixed. All right, so you can see here I added some rhinestones. I added a big one, then a little one, and then did the opposite on this side to kind of make it kind of just add a little bit of bling to it. But isn't that a neat card? So a little bit different than the hearts. It's been a big blessing. My old office has been so accommodating of me and supportive of me in this new job. I was able to take my office chair because the gal who moved into my space did not want my chair. She brought her own. I was able to keep my computer, and they just transferred the asset to my new cost center. I was able to keep the floor lamps. I was able to keep my stand that I use. So my workstation is on one of those standing desks, so I can pull it up and stand up. So many things. They've been so accommodating, and my boss is like, we're one CMU, so you're still here, you're still working with us. Let's keep this transition as easy peasy as we can. I have thanked him over and over and over again, and he said, well, you took care of me, I need to take care of you. And so to me, that's what it really truly is about, right? So anyway, just so relieved. I was starting to actually get quite sad about the whole lighting, going, how am I going to make this work? And now I don't have to worry about it. Thanks, Beth. Yes, it really is going well. And I'm starting to, got the compliment today from my boss, or yesterday, that I'm doing great and catching on to things a lot faster than most people do. So that made me feel good, because I always wonder, oh my gosh, am I doing okay? Financial aid is something else. There's lots of rules and regulations and what if scenarios, and what works for one might not work for the other, or they might not be qualified for, so just a lot to learn with it. So I was feeling a little, I'm so used to, from being in the same role and job for 23 years, I was used to being the person that people came to ask questions and to get help. And now I'm having to go to some of the people who've been in the office for a while and asking them for help. So that has been a little bit of a different dynamic for me. I'm not used to that, but I'm slowly becoming acclimated that that's what I have to do, and I'm making it work. All right. So anyway, everyone, here are the cards that we created tonight. I know I like the rose one too, but that's the neat thing. You can get a totally different look with this stamp set. You can see here you got other ones to pick from as well that I didn't even use. You have this little heart right here. You have the little vine. You have this little heart. All have dies that coordinate with them as well. So again, this is really, I think, hidden in the catalog. Because they don't have a lot of Valentine-y looking stuff with it. You have this right here, and then you have this. So I know I didn't even notice that the paper coordinated with it until I was looking at the celebration flyer and went, oh, this mostly adored paper, it says right here, coordinates with adoring hearts. And that's when I went back to the catalog to look at it to try to find that and went, oh, I need to order that. So anyway, that is what I have to share with you guys tonight on this bundle. Now, you might get a take 2 on this bundle in this paper with some Valentine's Day 3D projects, because I think that there's a lot more to show with this bundle, a lot more fun things that I can make with this designer series paper. And again, it's so pretty and cute. So anyway, again, this is a class that is currently open for anybody who might be interested in it. You can also receive 3 of these cards in the mail for free simply by placing a minimum $35 order with me, and you get cards and goodies sent in the mail. So anyway, thank you all so very much for joining me tonight. Like I said, if you're in Michigan and you're expecting this snowstorm, please stay safe, stay inside, do something fun for yourself. I know I'll be creating more beautiful things to share with you all. If you're part of my BB monthly club kit, we're hoping those go out next week for you, so you can start working on some of those Be Mine cards for your, in case you want to use some of those for Valentine's Day. All right, thank you all so very, very much for joining me tonight. Again, make sure you join my mailing list for all of my awesome events. Every single event that I do in person, you can purchase a kit to go in the mail. All my optional classes are also that way. So loving all the hearts and the little thumbs up. So I'll see you all next week, and I appreciate all of you joining me tonight. And again, be safe, and I'll be back with you all soon. Bye, everyone.